All right, I'd like to call to order the Beaver County Board of Commissioners work session for Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. Review of work session discussion meeting minutes. No changes. All right. Department head report.
I just have a couple updates.
Sorry.
Met with a couple contractors down at Bridgewater Crossing. I'm in possession of 2 quotes, waiting for the third one. So that's
For
the
Knot wing?
the knot,
Okay.
all
right.
that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw Ronnie out here maybe yesterday
Yeah, he's been out
with a couple
days.
contractors looking at the cement, right?
Concrete, yeah.
Okay.
I figured he was either casing the joint or he was looking at cracks in the sidewalk.
I met with them short term yesterday before I had to go down to Bridgewater Crossing. One of their guys from in-house Constellation, Raven, was with them, and then they had an outside I think it was an architect.
Okay.
His name slips my mind right now, I'm sorry.
Everything went well with the crane and lift and
Yeah,
all that stuff. I didn't hear anything, so I'm assuming,
That news is good news.
yes,
Yeah.
in this case, yeah.
Anything else for Dan? Treasurer?
So last week I was telling you about the no license and I was saying we haven't received very many. So
Post office
as
is
I was
holding them.
saying that, people in my office were picking up the mail and they brought up a complete cart full. So last week we processed 2,816 licenses. That's approximately 560 no license per day.
Wow.
Last week alone. So asking you, so I'll receive, I guess.
Thank you. Tony, last week you were at a conference.
We were at a training last.
A training, I'm sorry.
Myself, my staff, we did a ice arena training.
And
Spencer YMCA.
Commissioner Manning asked about the sports court. It might be on his list since you're here today. Sorry.
I did have, no, yeah, where are we on the Zambonis? It's on its way, signage for the ice arena and also
We're getting
for
close.
Brady's run. I mean, we've got to get a real sign
Yeah.
out there on
Right now
51.
is-
Yeah,
I can get quotes for that. Sport court, I was waiting until this project done, then we can get a
Okay.
bid number for that. But yeah, we're looking for digital signage. I have previous quotes that we did last year when we initially did the wish list of COVID items on that. I can get an updated quotes for that as well.
yeah. I think for Gateway Rehab, they had that open out through the 50th anniversary. And they have a sports court in between 2 of the facilities there. And I'm standing like, yeah, this is exactly what I think we need.
Yeah.
Is that what Rochester has on their tennis courts?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it yesterday when I was over there. It
It
looks
was brand
nice.
new and it was down. They had the basketball hoop on the other side. Really looked good. So,
If we're gonna
Nothing
change
about
this,
that
the
as well.
sign on 51, we're probably gonna have to dig in to see exactly what municipality that's located in. There's a decent chance we might need a sign permit.
oh, I'm sure we
If
will.
if we're going to
I'm sure we will.
make some changes on that. So we might just wanna pull in or two. I don't know if that's Brighton Township or if that's Chippewa.
I still think it's false.
And I think it's
Almost
still
in.
false.
If there's an accident there, Patterson Township handles it, that's all I know.
Yeah, but I still think it's false.
Yeah, I
But
think that corner of the front court is still Falston and Brighton Township.
Our address is right.
Yeah.
go figure.
That's a zip code.
Regardless, I'm sure there's.
Yeah, look, I think we'll have to
But
check that because it's not, we're not gonna be able to drop that sign.
with all the events and stuff we're having now, we need
They started.
a real sign there.
I'll
And I
get
think
updated quotes on that this week. Send it over.
yeah, and I know it was on the list a long time ago, but we really need to do that.
Any other controller?
Treasurer and I have been talking about improving processes. One of the things we were talking about, and I talked to Karen a little bit before this, is we don't have anything on our check saying void after date. So we had a discussion, we would like to add some type of verbiage to our checks like void after 180 days, so 6 months to allow us to not have to process those checks and keep a better process and quick. Otherwise, we'd keep checks open for 3 years until we issue them, which is a long time. The
That's
bank won't
fairly
cash-
standard, 180 days, is
The
that?
bank won't cash typically after 6 months per their regulations or law, but it helps us to have it on our check so that it's noticeable to the people who have them.
I don't have a.
I don't have a problem.
I think I've seen
Whatever
some
you
that actually
recommend.
said 90 days.
90.
Yeah, we
Put it
can
in for
go
90
up
days
to
or
90,
something.
120, it's up to us.
Well,
Whatever.
pick what you think works best for your,
Okay, so if you guys are good, then we'll just work that out, and we'll add it to our checks. We print all our checks, so we don't have a backlog of check stock, so we can change that.
You can just add it.
Instantly. So if you guys are with that,
Mhm.
we'll get that on there, and then that'll help us with cleaning up old checks.
Do you have a lot of old ones out there? Now that you're talking about it?
We do, and,
It's funny you should ask.
we're trying,
report.
yeah, we opened a new main bank account.
Any that are significant? I can see like juror checks lingering, so
Little
people might
ones,
not
we have
cash
some
them,
big
but.
ones that are like tax checks, like, that they didn't get, like, a new bright, things like that, were like
Oh, okay.
$20,000 and $30,000. Sandy's working through that list, but the big ones that we know, calling them to see.
You cannot
what
cash a
happened.
check
So,
for $30,000.
some of them got lost. So
Yeah.
in this case, they've changed over. I think in that case, they changed over their financial person 3 times. I believe. So.
well, the checks go with them.
luckily,
Not cash, so.
No, it wasn't.
But it's just helping us clean up the processes.
A little party there.
So in that account, we do have 682 checks out, and they total $289,000.
Wow.
So you can tell they're small checks. There's actually one that's very large that is more than half of that amount.
Great. The only question is, how long is the recycling center going to be closed?
It's been as of today. The paper shred event is there this morning from 9 to 11. Yeah, I mean, the work that was done there, if you haven't seen it, Dan did an excellent job, the paving, just coordinating, and I think
Personally
that,
directing traffic, he was amazing.
but I think that, you know, a small investment like that goes a long way in servicing the public. And the comments that we're receiving already is thank you so much. So I, again, thank you guys for doing that. And Dan, thank you for making it happen. And we had a line of cars. There was about 30 cars waiting at 9 o'clock. So the paper shred event is definitely popping here this morning.
My wife was very excited about not opening her car door and stepping into a puddle. She was very excited that the
Well,
paving
even
and
the
stuff.
cracks that were there in the winter time for us trying to be able to clear it. You know, a lot of elderly people use the recycling center. It had a lot of spots where water sat. There was multiple reasons, even just the boxes are heavy. And for us to be able to load them and empty them on gravel is challenging. So our trucks were all sitting off on the side area that was all dirt. And so again, just for the life of the truck, now having them on a paved area, Dan was able to make that happen for us. So again, we're very grateful for those improvements.
If I may just touch base on it, if you do go over and look at that, you're gonna notice, and you believe me, it sticks out. The road that goes down in was not paved. And when that was designed, that's when the recycle, the new education.
Discovery
center was.
Center.
So, the road's not busted up or anything like that, but it sticks out. Why wasn't this done? You know, that's why. It's something that we can look at in the future if we have to, but right now, the road's okay.
Any other department head report? Wayne?
The cleaning of the outdoor walls and windows went live yesterday.
Okay.
So it's out there.
Just a question, does the county contract vending machines? What vending machines are?
We do down at the ice arena. I'm not sure about yours
I
though.
don't know if it was countywide.
I don't think it's countywide, no.
So I can.
Are you looking to get new vending machines? A little more healthier
I
or?
have a problem with one and somebody's fighting and saying it's Pepsi's problem. I just want to fix it.
Look, I'll look into it, Eric, and we'll let you know. I just want to make sure that there's not, I don't recall there being any type of contract.
No, I-
yours.
I think the ones here are different than the ones at the ice arena.
Right, but I don't know if there's a separate
Oh, yeah.
contract with his or if the contract expired.
It's more than, it's out, Carpus out of the, was out of the effort.
Okay,
Used to be straight to the
we'll look
Oh,
at that
yeah.
and we'll get you a response.
Any other department head report?
Any update on the radios and stuff, Eric? I mean,
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's working. Still, they took our initial numbers, Motorola's already kind of unofficially making them.
Okay.
And I think the final number still hasn't been, I'm looking at her, she might know more.
Yeah,
But I know Kevin said he's been working with
I
her.
talked to him yesterday and he said that they were, like
So-
he said, unofficially started the order. Nothing will be changed
We're
as of
locked into
right
that,
now.
right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, so we haven't put the official order in yet, but they started to make it.
The projected date is still October-ish.
Kevin mentioned to me last week, he was in and I was talking to him. And I said, I don't see it being an issue, but I don't know, check with Nikki and I don't know if he mentioned this to you, he might just went along with it. There's a new ambulance service company that's potentially starting in one of the municipalities. And they are requesting 2 radios, but they missed the deadline because they weren't formed yet. They're requesting 2 radios at the rate that, the 50% or whatever it is. And I said, I don't think that if the order's not in yet, I don't see that being an issue if they're willing to pay it. So he didn't check with them on that, see if they're doing it. I don't know if he added that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he added it.
Oh, he added, okay. Do you know, is this a service that's going to benefit the county or?
I'm not sure. They're a small service.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So, any other department head report? Hearing none, we'll move to the solicitor.
Last week, we talked about the ARP funds, and Treasurer Egley was looking at some banks and found about Premier Bank. During her investigation, she also found that a lot of counties have been using what's called PLGIT, which is the Pennsylvania Local Government Investment Trust. And she found a pretty good rate with them. So I believe, Treasurer Egley, I don't want to speak for you, but I think your intention is maybe put half the money in Premier and half the money into the PLGIT account.
That's correct. It's a very competitive rate, and now with the Fed's going to be increasing the interest rate next week possibly, we're gaining at least $30,000 every month on a $42 million account. Whereas at the current bank that we have 42 million and we're getting $365. So we do, it's needed to move quickly on this.
So if the board's all right with it, that's the route that she would like to take with the ARP.
And you checked with Corey and Brian both. There's no issues pulling the money out when we need it, is there? Of the
There is no
PLGIT
issue
account?
whatsoever.
Because I'm saying
No.
PLGIT.
Yeah, same.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it
actually
makes
already
sense to me.
signed it.
Did
I
you?
signed it.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Thank you.
The other matters I have are personnel and security matters for executive session.
All right. Anything further for the solicitor? We will move to the Board of Commissioners.
The only thing I have is the salary board meeting was continued and will be held 10 o'clock on Friday.
Correct.
Commissioner Manning?
Covered most of my things, just I was looking at the carpet in the cafe again. What's our interior carpet status?
He just spoke, he just met actually with the courts, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was up to courts yesterday and Bill Hare looked like he worked for Abbey Carpet. He had more samples in his office. I mean, he had like 100 samples. I'm like,
I can tell you, the question came up, how long do we have to make this decision? And Alicia from Abbey Carpet said, and, I said, listen, I know the commissioners are anxious to get this going. And I says, and it's gonna benefit our department, DPW, because we're the ones gonna be moving all the furniture, and we'd like to do that in the winter months. So, we told them that they're gonna have to make their decision, by the end of July, so we can.
upstairs asked that question.
Yep.
The courts can't make a decision? I mean, what's wrong with that?
That's where we're at.
And the only other thing was those cafe chairs seem to have outlived their usefulness, those orange chairs. I don't know if we want to
That's fine.
look
I
into
actually
just
just
getting
got
a
a book.
look to see for, the picnic tables look great. And I've seen people,
Got
Use those.
notification from Treetop Industries, those will be shipped out also by the end of the month.
What are those?
There's gonna be
additional,
like, it's gonna be a square.
More
table
up top.
with
It's a table.
okay.
right,
Yeah.
it's the
Okay.
other seating, so. Okay, that's all I have.
We will move to other business, any other business. Audience participation. Any reason to reconvene from executive session?
No.
All right, we'll move into executive session and not reconvene. Thank you. Dan, do you want to come in